Welcome back, YouTube. It's a very, very hot 87 degrees, very humid here in Kentucky. We are working on our next podcast. Hopefully get it up and published this afternoon, get it up live on Spotify and Google in the next, usually takes about 24 hours to get that up. Get it up and going. We're going to delve into the book, Your Wealth Plan, a little bit. Get back on track with that. Still haven't figured out the issues, unless it was just a microphone issue with the last podcast. Michelle sounded great. Sounded terrific. All of her answers was spot on. Everything was great. If you're looking for a great podcast about zoning, if you're new to real estate, if you're looking to get into real estate and you don't understand zoning, you do not want to buy a spot of ground and not knowing the zoning requirements there, or the zoning laws. Very important podcast. Lots changing right now in real estate. They're really going after real estate investors right now. The government is. Everybody's like, oh, the government's your friend, the government protects us. Well, I wish that was true. When I was a kid, that was true. What's happening now? Whole evictions. You can't evict people from your property. They don't have to pay you the rent, so you can't kick them out. And you ain't going to be able to transfer it unless you have a huge insurance. You know, say you have $1 million property here, you better have $1 million worth of insurance on it, nearly, just to transfer that down to your kids. Crazy times. The World Economic Forum said this was coming, Agenda 2030. All these things, they said they were coming after us. Let's not forget, though, there's only probably a few million of them. There's billions of us. No matter what, we are the 99%. Even though Biden threatens us with F-35s and with nukes, we are still 99%. It's a bad deal. Bad deal. Everything that they're doing. But what can you do? Well, it's one reason why we have the podcast. We try to talk to as many people as we can and learn as much as we can, so that we can fight stuff like this. Because I guarantee you, there's somebody out there smart enough that knows a loophole. Knows a loophole around some of this stuff. If they're coming after real estate now, they're going to destroy the real estate investors and bankrupt them. How long before they come after those of us building passive income in the stock market through dividend stocks? Or are they going to come after us? Are we next? So a lot of people don't realize that this stuff happens all the time, but we don't see it on a large scale. And the reason is they do a little bit over here, and then they do a little bit over here, and then they do a little bit over here. When people start getting their feathers ruffled, they stop and they move back over here. They did the same thing to the fishermen. You know, they come in there and they put all these seasons on these fishing guys, these commercial fishing guys. They said, oh no, you can't fish for this. No, you can't fish for that. No. You got this season alone that you can fish in. Well, after they've done that, they let other countries come in, like Japan and other countries come into their waters and fish the same places that these commercial guys, our commercial guys, were fishing in. You see, they just do the stuff like that. a couple years, what was his name? Lavoie. Remember the Lavoie murder? Where the FBI shot, killed an unarmed rancher? And yeah, he was kind of making a scene. He was trying to get attention to what was going on at the time. But he didn't get the right kind of attention. Somehow or another. Right before they started on Lavoie, they went in there and they shut down the loggers. They killed their income. Killed it. Bankrupted a lot of those guys. Did anybody say anything? No, it just kind of went unnoticed. Well, after they got their way with the loggers, then they come in there and they kick the ranchers off, and they start, harassing the ranchers and stealing their livelihoods. And then what do? Come to find out, the Clinton Association had some kind of big uranium deal that's going through with Russia. Let me tell you something. Biden said it plain and clear. You think our military's there to fight China? Our military's there to fight Russia? Who do you think they were in collaboration with, releasing this virus on the people? They were in collaboration with China. Nothing will ever be done about that. Think they're going to go to war with Russia? They're doing all these big deals with Russia, hurting the U.S. citizens, then turning Russian companies up loose on it? We, the American people, are being had. We are being had, and we need to stick together. We need to work together to build wealth for ourselves, wealth for our families, and our future generations. Because if we don't stick together and we don't try to work together and learn from each other and build something, we're never going to have the money to put people in power. We'll never have the money to put a good candidate in office. They might be able to fight some of this stuff. Might help save our property rights. I don't know. It may be too far gone. A lot of people think it is. That's why you see so many people getting out of the United States. But where else are we going to go? Ronald Reagan said this is the last line in the sand. If liberty dies here, there's no place else to run. I don't know. But wealth and freedom has a lot together, The two go hand in hand. You can't have freedom without wealth. And without freedom, you can't build wealth. Something to think about. Something to think about, YouTube. Hey, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment down below. Please if you're interested in being on the podcast, we're going to get these sound issues taken care of ASAP. I'm looking into it. I'm working on it. Got to figure out what went wrong and how to fix it. Michelle, the guest, sounded great. On the other hand, I was getting feedback in my ear, echo, and it was really hard for me to get the questions out. It was really hard for me to understand, and when the recording come through, it was totally distorted. But I went ahead and posted it anyway. It may hurt me some, but you got to post your content. You just got to take that punch in the face. You're going to get better over time. You're going to figure out problems, but you just got to keep going. If you keep waiting for perfect content and perfect podcast every time, or a perfect YouTube video every time, you're never going to make the first one. So you just gotta take the punch in the face and go with it. I recently had a strike on YouTube. I guess there's no freedom of speech here, so you have to watch what you say or they'll kill your content. You won't you know, you're putting out the wrong message, the truth. You know, they'll kill you. You won't be able to get your word out. They won't let you trend or nothing else. Even if you're following all the rules by making content every day, which, you know, it is what it is. It's their platform. You know, it's their platform. They're offering it to us, and I'm not making any money off of it. I'm just trying to get started. So, you know, it is what it is. But the podcast is listener supported. So if you'd like to support the podcast so we can get some better content, please do so. We thank you for that. We thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And just want to say, hey, it's the weekend. Get out there and hustle. Get out there and hustle. Get out there and make things happen. Been watching the cryptos. They shot up good yesterday. They pulled back a little bit today. But literally up 50% nearly all across the board on my crypto investments. Well, I don't know if they're investments. They're more speculations and holdings. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. You all have a great weekend.